Hey, welcome back to Tuesday. Let's talk about the other big major tournament that happened this past weekend.
Not quite yet.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about a couple of things. We're not done with Northwest Majors just yet. First of all, I want to mention a little bit about the Reddit community, Street Fighter, right? So they've been doing updates and sending out little video clips and stuff like that. I guess you can see them all on their Twitter account. What is their Twitter?
Well,
exactly.
I'm not 1,000% sure on what their Twitter is.
Okay.
But
okay.
Although I'm sure I could look it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you can definitely go to reddit.com/r/streetfighter, and they had this whole list of highlights for Northwest Majors.
That's really cool.
Dude, yeah, it's such a cool idea. Very useful. It's very community oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that it's like a fun, good idea. I'm sure it's a lot of work, but it's really nice.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, definitely check that out. That's r/Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
Kappa r/Street Fighter. So, other thing that I want to mention, unfortunately, not so great news.
Twitter.com/RedditSF.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
At RedditSF. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But unfortunately, there was some bad news at Northwest Majors. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this already, but unfortunately, Markman had his car broken into, like, on Monday. Like, they literally left their car for, like, 10 minutes and came back and found the window smashed and a bunch of stuff stolen.
Yeah.
So they lost a lot of stuff. They did get in contact with the Seattle Police Department. They did catch some stuff on Craigslist, actually. I don't know what the follow-up to that is. Yeah. The biggest problem with that, of course, was that the key to the Tekken board was stolen. So, and apparently the keys somehow are, like, unique to boards and they can't, like, make another one or whatever like that. So there's a potential that, you know, Texas Showdown coming up, Tekken 7 was supposed to be there. I don't know what the status is on that. I don't know if he's going to be able to show it there, which would be a shame because Texas is a big Tekken place, right? But I know Harada has been tweeting with Mark and they've been talking to each other and doing all this stuff, and I'm pretty sure they're trying their best to get everything resolved. So hopefully, you know, the situation won't be too bad. And hopefully, you know, now that they saw the things on sale on Craigslist, they can try to catch them or something like that. But that just sucked, dude.
That's I'm really sad to hear about that. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
very unfortunate news.
Yeah, and you know, we have no idea who did it. They could have just been anybody. So
right, yeah.
I mean, literally, they're gone for 10 minutes though. So there just must have been people just like stalking cars or something, you know.
Real unlucky timing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Okay. Oh, okay. So according to Linex, Alex, aka Linex, he says that Mark says it's looking good for Tekken. So
okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good to hear, but you know, it's just an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it's like, because I mean, it wasn't even just the Tekken. They got a lot of stuff, personal stuff stolen.
Right.
He got his work laptop stolen. His friend who had a bunch of stuff in there also got her laptop stolen and all this stuff like that. So it was just like really, really unfortunate. So
it definitely sucks. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. I'm glad everybody's safe, but you know,
of course,
bad news regardless. So.
Okay. Now.
Okay. Well, now let's move on to Double Elimination, major over in East Asia.
That's right.
This past weekend.
Was it Korea, right?
I believe it was.
Okay.
Although let me just make sure of that because I'm pretty sure it was.
It says Seoul, South Korea on the banner up there.
You're right,
so
it does.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. There was quite a list of players at this event. This was pretty strong. Ultra Street Fighter 4, of course. A lot of really good Japanese players. Korean players, of course, but also players from, looks like China was there, and Singapore, and it
was a heavy-hitting tournament.
It was
a super heavy-hitting tournament. I mean, as soon as you go to the top 8, it's like a ridiculous list of players. So.
For sure. Well, let's do that.
Okay.
Razor Itazan with Zangief was 7th. Eita also 7th with Akuma. 5th places were CCG Human Bomb Sakura. 5th place also Mad Catz Tokido Akuma. 4th place was Kazunoko Yun. 3rd place was Arcapa Punko with Seth. Then Bonchan, 2nd place. Sagat and Yun. Dang. Arcapa Infill won the whole thing. Decapre, Akuma, Abel, and Goken. So that, you know, we're digging in. We're digging pretty deep now into some of these characters.
Yep.
Yeah, but Infiltration's always done that. Infiltration has always had a bunch of different characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can recall him playing Ryu and Hakan and Gouken
Chun-Li,
and Chun-Li,
right?
of course, and
he's played Elena. He's bust out all sorts of characters. Yeah.
He's always done that. But I'm not used to seeing Bonchan do that.
Dude, he's never done. I didn't even know he knew how to play any other character. Oh, that's right. He did bust out Ryu versus Daigo at
that's true.
in Europe for that one event.
You're right.
So yeah, was it the Red Bull Kumite that no, it was a different one. It was a different event. Anyways.
I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
but that definitely happened.
Yeah. So I guess Bonchan really is trying to branch out. And, you know, I saw a lot of Sagat players were like, dude, if even Bonchan is not playing Sagat, then, you know, maybe he's just terrible. But I don't know.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but my guess is that the Abel pick was against Sagat, right?
Yeah.
Infiltration Abel against Sagat. Let me know if that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then presumably Bonchan went Yun against Abel because that's a bad match for Abel.
So some people
and
were
then
saying,
Gouken at the end.
Yeah, people on the stream saying it was Red Bull Kumite that he did that. So
there you go.
There you go.
Okay.
For once I'm right, and I doubted myself anyway. This is what happened.
Sorry about
that. Oh, man.
Well, I hope I get to see these videos at some point.
Yeah, I know. That's a crazy...
This lineup is really strong.
Yeah.
Shoutouts also to Yubiken Kim1234. Yeah, getting 13th place. Laugh also 13th place. Also right. Shiro, Yubiken Shiro, Abel.
Yep. Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I wish I had more to say about this. I just didn't get a chance to see it. So.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when it's in Asia and it's a different time zone and stuff like that, it always makes it a little bit hard to watch. So.
Yun was to counterpick Gouken. So
really?
Abel versus Sagat. So then presumably Abel lost, and then switched to Gouken. Gouken beat Sagat. Bonchan switched to Yun versus Gouken.
This sounds so weird. Oh man.
But I guess Yun didn't work at the end.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he still is working. That's got to be a work in progress, you know. It's got to be a work in progress.
Well, look, I mean, we talked about this before, but it's really tough to win Ultra Street Fighter 4 majors now without a backup.
Unless you're using just the right characters, but even still, like, you know, we talk about Ken a lot, how Momochi can get far, but he's busted out Elena's at tournaments and such.
Evil Ryu.
That's right, Evil Ryu. So even Momochi's counter picking. So honestly, the right way to play this, because there's 44 characters in this game. There's 44 characters in this game.
Yeah.
At this point, you can't not have at least a strong secondary and maybe a tertiary character. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So it's just got to be something that you got to do. So.
And I mean, it is happening. You know, the top 2 placers here had 2 characters. The rest of the top 8 did not. It was Seth, Yun, Akuma, Sakura, Akuma, Zangief.
Yeah.
So not everybody, but.
So someone asked, does Sagat not beat Gouken? You know, I mean, I think it's really just that Gouken's Fireball game keeps up with Sagat way too well.
I mean, I haven't played that match at a high level, but I imagine that Gouken would win. Yeah.
On paper, I just feel like it's just like Skadooken all day, and there's like, I can't see Sagat getting Gouken to be like, haha, you need to come at me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just not that kind of a situation in that particular matchup. So
that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, having won that event has catapulted Infiltration into first place at the Capcom Pro Tour standings currently.
Interesting.
So he is at first place right now, despite not having won any majors yet, any premier events, I should say, because this obviously was a major given the pedigree of players there. But what's interesting to me, I tweeted this out earlier this week, but I was looking at the standings, and one thing that stood out to me very strongly here is that it is very, very Asian dominated, and I don't mean your ethnicity. I mean from where you live, where you're coming from, right? So let me go over the standings right now. Okay, remember there are players who have qualified already because they won the premier events.
Of course.
Right? So first place right now is Infiltration with 296 points.
Okay.
Second place is Razor Shin, who has 272 points, but he's qualified already.
Okay.
Third place is Daigo with 258 points, also qualified already because he won NorCal Regionals. Shen, of course, won final round. And then Mago won, which one was it in Europe that he won that got him to qualify? I can't remember the name of the event now. It's really bad. Any case. I bet if I clicked on his name, I would see it. Anyways, Mago's qualified already with 258 points. Then in fifth place, so this is the people who are ranked in, so this is basically the second highest in non-auto qualified players.
Okay.
Is Punko, then followed by Justin Wong, who's in sixth place. Then Tokido in seventh place. Momochi is in eighth place. Of course, that Momochi already, Hype Spotting, that's what it was. Thank you guys. Momochi is already qualified just because he was last year's champion. He's in eighth place. But then after that, in ninth is Dark Jiwa. 10th is Gamerbee. 11th is Bonchan, Human Bomb in 12th place, and then finally Knuckledew in 13th place. So outside of Justin Wong, it takes basically the top 12 to get to Knuckledew.
Even after that, it's Sako.
Yeah, and then after that is
and
Sako,
then Luffy, and then you go back to Asia.
And then it's Koji KOG, then Fudo, then Kazunoko, then Chuan from Malaysia, and then Ryan Hart from Europe. There's like no U.S. players up here.
Just a couple.
Yeah, it's really just Justin and Knuckledew, and then LPN at 22, and Arturo at 23.
Look, I mean, there haven't been that many majors yet just in general in the CPT, but you know, the U.S. tournament swing is kicking into major gear like 2 weeks from now, or like maybe next week, I guess. Right. It's May. It was supposed to be SoCal Regionals, like, but
right.
It didn't happen.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, May there's like 4, and then June is CEO, and then Evo, and you know, I guess actually we're kind of in the thick of things. But now that I think about it,
the interesting part to me though is that I feel like a lot of this is just really coming down to the fact that the Asian players keep going to Europe and the U.S.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
Bonchan, Gamerbee, Kazunoko has been all these events, and then when you get to the pure Asian events like Double Elimination, there's no U.S. players going out there.
You're right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I guess final round was in the U.S. won by Shen.
Right.
Hype Spotting in the UK won by Mago.
And then NorCal Regionals in the U.S. won by Daigo.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And I mean, this is not. I mean, I mentioned this on Twitter, and then a lot of people are like, well, that's because, you know, our cap is only sending Asian players out here. Dude, that has nothing to do with it. I mean, most of these guys who have made it out here, outside of Punko and Infiltration, who are 1 and 2, who arguably be really high up there regardless, right? It's because of the sponsors. Mad Catz is sending everyone out. Razor's sending people out. Gamerbee's getting sent out because of Aver Media and stuff like that. You know, I just feel like the U.S. teams aren't quite getting the same kind of level of sponsorship. You know, EG might be the only one that might be willing to send players to Asia.
Well, maybe you're right. Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely an interesting point.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just kind of interesting. Like, I'm almost... If this trend keeps up going, the main reason why I just pointed this out, I wasn't even trying to make any pointed statement. I was just like making an observation. It just turned into this like, oh my God, you know, well, this is the problem. And I'm like, I'm not trying to, but really, I was just pointing it out because if this trend keeps going, Capcom Cup, 32 players could end up being like 28 like Asia-based players.
I'll tell you, if that happens, the only people who can be mad about it are the players themselves.
Right. Yeah.
It's certainly nothing built into the system. Okay. It's not. There's nothing like baked into this that gives any advantage to them.
Right. Exactly.
Other than just they have a really good set of players. That's it. So I mean, if it ends up like that, then I mean, personally, I'll be like, I wish there were some Americans there. But that's just me being an American, right? That's. As far as the level of play, whatever it ends up with is cool.
The word that I'm trying to look for now, I just realized when I made that statement, it wasn't a critique of anything.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about anything.
Yeah.
I'm not like saying there's a flaw in any system. I was just pointing it out. But it's just really interesting to me how that trend is occurring right now. So I'm going to be curious to see how it's going to play out because, like I said, all these Asian players are making it even out to a lot of the U.S. ranking events as well. So.
Yeah, U.S. and Europe, right? Hype spotting.
VS fighting even. Although I did see our Kappa was thinking of sending, like, maybe potentially Dominion was in the running to be sent to, like, Southeast Asia majors and stuff like that.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. You know, that would be really cool. But, yeah. Right now it just looks like it's pure Asian domination right now. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting to point out.
Yep. Oops, I completely forgot to change that, and it says CPR standings too. That's awesome. I can't even blame that on autocorrect. That's just my bad typing right there. CPR, that's right. Capcom Pro.
You gotta see what you gotta do is put your fingers on the home row here. And just, you know.
It was the Capcom Pro ranking standings.
That sounds plausible.
It was Capcom Pro rankings. That's what it was.
You got it, James. Nailed it.
Yep, that's right.
Well, you want to take a break, I guess? Because this went a little longer than I thought it might.
Okay, sure.
We got to talk about the coolest news.
Oh, yeah, for
which
sure.
is the Killer Instinct news.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that when we come back.
All right, be right back.